We know that Reth was a guest on the Covenant ship and that he knows about the relics. He knows that the keystone leads to a weapon, and that's why the Covenant want it. He tells us that the Covenant wanted him to activate the relics, but as sensitive as he was, he couldn't. By sensitivity, he means his ability to connect with the relics. That pretty much confirms that only a subset of humans can activate the relics. Reth knows about Makee, which could only mean that they were on the ship together. We know that Makee was taken by the Covenant at a young age, we just don't know how young. I think she was taken at an age when she was old enough to speak but was still too young to read or write. I think that the Covenant used Makee to communicate with Reth, and over time, the two developed a bond. Reth was probably kind to her because she was a child and most likely the only other human there. It was most likely Reth that taught her how to read. In episode 1, Prophet Mercy asked Makee to one day read human stories to him, which means the Covenant don't understand human writing. My theory is that Makee helped Reth escape, and that's how she got the scar on her back. Reth being on the rubble doesn't make sense. How did he escape from the Covenant ship? The Covenant isn't known to show mercy, and Reth's mind is all jumbled up. Reth knew too much about the Covenant and their plans. No way they let him walk free. I think that once the Covenant realized that he couldn't activate the relics, they wanted to get rid of him. Instead of them getting rid of him, they wanted Makee to do the deed to prove her loyalty to them. However, Makee couldn't bring herself to do it. She probably found a way to fake Reth's death. By faking his death, he could escape and she could prove herself to the Covenant. The scar on her back is the result of her plan succeeding, because I think the scar is sort of like a mark of honor given to the outsiders that are accepted into the Covenant.